This video is to be used for educational purposes only and is not intended to replace individual research or licensed investment advice. Unique experiences and past performance does not guarantee future results. Trading stocks, options, and spot currencies involves substantial risk, and there's always the potential for loss. Your trading results may vary. No representations are being made that any software or training will guarantee profits or not result in losses from trading. This is the Premier Trade Market Wrap.
This is the Market Wrap on a Friday. I'm Jack Lott here on the James Dix Financial Network. Markets finished the day up about 50 points. That was a good thing. Topping the economic news today, the output of the nation's factories, mines, and utilities fell 0.5% in October. That's the biggest decline since January. The factory sector was weak across the board, with civilian aircraft as one of the few bright spots. Factory output fell 0.4%. Capacity utilization, a gauge of inflationary pressures, fell to 81.7 from 82.2. Cisco Systems, the world's largest equipment company, said that it plans to buy back an additional $10 billion of shares, expanding its total stock repurchase program to $62 billion. As of September 7th, the company had about 6.09 billion shares outstanding. Royal Caribbean Cruises said that it will apply a fuel surcharge of $5 a person per day on some of its voyages due to rising fuel costs. It'll be effective on the 1st of February. AT&T said it completed its acquisition of Dobson Communications, a provider of wireless communications services under the Cellular One brand. The acquisition extends AT&T's coverage area in rural and suburban areas in 17 states. Google may be preparing a bid on a wireless spectrum at the Federal Communications Commission auction in January. That paves the way for creation of its own mobile network. Forex news today. U.S. Treasury Secretary Paulson expects more of the losses in the U.S. mortgage industry that have hit the dollar, but predicted a long-term recovery for the battered currency. Paulson was in South Africa to address a U.S.-Africa business summit and for a weekend meeting of finance ministers and central bankers from the G20 group of developed and big developing nations. The dollar has suffered in past months as losses in the U.S. mortgage industry have led the Fed to cut interest rates to protect economic growth. Some hawkish comments were delivered by Fed officials today. Fed Governor Randall Kroesner said that economic indicators in the coming months will reflect a rough patch. However, that's not enough to guarantee additional rate cuts. Poole said that the Fed must lead but not follow the markets on rate policy. Even though subprime problem takes some time to resolve, he doesn't expect a recession yet and doubts the need for more rate cuts. The dollar and the yen fell as an increase in U.S. stocks made investors more comfortable holding higher yielding currencies. Canada's dollar rose from a 5-week low as prices of the nation's commodity exports increased, boosting the currency's appeal. Crude oil exceeded $95 a barrel after Venezuela's oil minister said OPEC should not increase production at its next meeting in December. Gold also advanced. Commodities account for about half of Canada's exports. Some of the economic reports scheduled out next week include the Home Builders Index, housing starts, consumer sentiment, and leading indicators. It will be an abbreviated week because of the Thanksgiving holiday. In earnings news, FedEx cut its earnings for the fiscal second quarter and full year, citing soaring fuel costs and a troubled U.S. freight market. FedEx expects to earn $1.45 to $1.55 a share. That compared with a previous forecast of $1.60 to $1.75. Starbucks fell in morning trading after the coffee shop operator posted a rise in quarterly profit but trimmed its fiscal year forecast. And Taylor Store said fiscal third quarter profit rose to $40.8 million or 66 cents a share. Analysts expected 60 cents. J.M. Schmucker Company net income for the quarter ended October 31st climbed to $50.2 million or 87 cents. Analysts expected 91 cents. Some of the earnings reports next week include Barnes & Noble, Perry Ellis International, Nordstrom, Benihana, Campbell Soup, Lowe's Companies, Borders Limited, Hot Topic, Target, Zale, Abercrombie & Fitch, and Krispy Kreme Donuts. Some of the stocks in the news include BP plc intending to sell its U.S. convenience stores over the next couple of years, about 700 stores. Into its fiscal first quarter net loss narrowed to $20.8 million or 6 cents a share. That compared with 17 cents a year ago. And Jack in the Box, fourth quarter net income fell to $27 million or 43 cents a share from 46 cents in the year ago period. And that is the Market Wrap on a Friday. I'm Jack Lott, and this is the James Dix Financial Network.